claims the anti-corruption agency is partisan.
They know that Jamaicans know that it is not true.
$100 million worth of cash and other assets seized in a St. Catherine lottery scam operation. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says there is more to Jamaican tourism than the three S's, and government releases information on Jamaica's 1990s financial meltdown. I'm Jovan Johnson, and this is Jamaica Now. The Integrity Commission this week rejected assertions that the anti-corruption agency is operating in a partisan manner. Chairman of the Commission, retired Court of Appeal President Justice Seymour Panton, led his commissioners in their first appearance before the IC's Oversight Committee of Parliament. The Commission has faced stinging criticism about his work, with some of the strongest claims coming from senior members of the Andrew Holness administration. But Justice Panton dismissed the accusations and pointed out that even Prime Minister
Ryan, what's up, bro?
commended the Commission for its work.
The commissioners have noted over the past couple of years that remarks have been made that the Commission is
Matthew
partisan,
in the building. What's up, Matthew?
and that the Commission, that there is malice in its operations. I'd just like to point out that the persons who made those statements know that it is not true.
It means that they were lying and attacking the Integrity Commission. Shout out to Justice Panton. How y'all do it?
They know that we know it is not true.
They know that we know it's not true.
And they know that Jamaicans know that it is not true.
They know that Jamaicans know that it's not true. Then why did they say it anyway? Because they're in a defense mode. And that's what's been going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, in recent times in Parliament. Boy, they are in defense mode. Sheesh.
We have on record from no one
Oh, Dean, how are you, darling?
higher than the Prime Minister that in 2020
Tell us.
he commended the Commission
Yes.
in our Anti-Corruption Day celebration.
Yes.
He said, under the leadership of Chairman the Honorable Mr. Justice Seymour Panton,
Yes.
the Commission continues to distinguish itself, operating without fear or favor in pursuit of a just and corruption-free society.
Yes.
That was 2020. In 2022, he said that the Commission has done an outstanding job in increasing awareness and understanding of the anti-corruption framework. And as recently as December last year,
Meanwhile, Chairman Panton has faced backlash over jokes he cracked during their appearance before the lawmakers. This was one of them.
I want to add a personal note, Mr. Chairman, if you'll allow me, that back on this question of malice, I have been a lay preacher in the Methodist Church for decades.
Yes.
Malice is not in my makeup.
Mighty God.
And it is not in the makeup of the Commission.
Yes.
And there may be persons who need to repent.
My God.
And they can join me at church
Yes.
Methodist any Sunday. I don't know if something is wrong with the water in Parliament,
Yes.
while some people,
Yes.
the moment they get into Parliament, they say certain things and behave a certain way.
Right.
I don't know if that is it. As a result, I decided that I wasn't going to take the chance of drinking any water here. Another feature, Mr. Chairman, which I'm very serious about, is that because of what has been happening, I personally intend to see if I can meet with Senator Longmore doctor, to have a word with her, because it may well be
Yes.
that she needs to have a word with some members of the House.
Dr. Longmore is a psychiatrist. Junior National Security Minister Julian Cuthbert Flynn has called for Justice Martin to be removed for his utterances. She also demanded an apology.
Yo, Julian Cuthbert, go sit on one side. You don't even worth 2 pieces of paper to her hand. Let's continue.
Behind persons being informed that they are being investigated for illicit enrichment. He said when a case is referred to him, it first has to be assessed before any formal probe into alleged illicit enrichment, which is when a public servant fails to explain where their assets are disproportionate to their legal earnings.
For me to, at the start, indicate to the person that you are being investigated for illicit enrichment might be a little bit premature because of what the legislation requires, Section 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act. So there is preliminary investigation or in-depth investigation. Now, I would also send a letter to the person once I receive the matter to say that this matter has been referred to me. I will not necessarily say that you are being investigated for illicit enrichment for the same reason I mentioned earlier at that early stage. Now, once there is sufficient evidence that this person owns assets disproportionate to their lawful earnings, or there is some evidence of it, some indication, a notice is sent to the person. The head of the notice, I don't have it in front of me now. There it states what section of what legislation the notice is being sent under, and then it would be Section 48 and Section 14.5. And the words illicit enrichment are also in the header of the notice.
And the integrity.
Wanna remember, say Andrew, they get one of them notice there, right? Yeah, man. Andrew, they get one of them notice there now. But him search far and wide. Jamaica, him search far and wide. Where there? See that? See that?
The question is still going to be asked. Are there members of my party who have been written to for this crime of illicit enrichment? My straight answer is that I have asked as far and as wide. I have gotten a response from everyone. But as far as I have been told, no, people have been written to, as the Integrity Commission does almost daily. But I have not heard of anyone in my political party being written to for this matter of illicit enrichment.
Andrew, say that again. I need to hear that again.
The question is still going to be asked. Are there members of my party who have been written to for this crime of illicit enrichment? My straight answer is that I have asked as far and as wide. I have gotten a response from everyone. But as far as I have been told, no, people have been written to, as the Integrity Commission does almost daily. But I have not heard of anyone in my political party being written to for this matter of illicit enrichment.
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop!
The Commission has accused Government Member of Parliament Everett Warmington of making false statements about his financial affairs and calling for an audit of the Anti-Corruption Agency. Mr. Warmington made the claims at a meeting
In the header of the notice.
And the Integrity Commission has accused Government Member of Parliament Everett Warmington of making false statements about his financial affairs and calling for an audit of the Anti-Corruption Agency. Mr. Warmington made the claims at a meeting of a parliamentary committee on Tuesday.
The issue is, we have received an audit of that department, Table This House, but they're spending taxpayers' money. What I need to know, who is responsible for auditing that department to present the report here? The issue is, the Auditor General cannot do it because she's illegally sitting on that as a commissioner, as against what the Constitution provides for. So who is going to provide the audit for that department?
The Integrity Commission will be audited by a private and independent auditor.
Already been acquired.
No, as I said, we provide line item resources.
No. The auditing, you were told that independent auditor will be doing it.
Right,
So
no.
I'm asking is, have you already acquired the service of particular independent auditor?
Remember, again, that's a question that is better directed to the commissions of the Integrity Commission. We provide a line item. We provide a line item of expenditure to the Integrity Commission, and they decide how to use those funds, and they are accountable to the Parliament through the Oversight Committee. So to the extent that you want to hold them accountable, I'd suggest that you use the proper organs to do so.
I expect that the audit, we get an audit report of that department before the next financial year, before the next budget comes here. There's no way we're going to approve another $2 billion for a department that has not been audited for years.
However,
Yo, me say, this was an assault and an attack on the auditor and the Integrity Commission. Why? Because Andrew Owner's assets was not certified. That is when them send out them lapdog Everal Warmington, them pitbull. They have been attacking and trying to destroy the Integrity Commission from that point until now. Here's the proof.
NC has hit back, saying its accounting and financial affairs have been audited every year in its
Listen to
6 years
this.
of existence. It said the 6 audited financial reports have been tabled in Parliament. The IC said the audits were conducted by an independent external auditor whose appointment was approved in writing by the Finance Minister.
Listen to
The
this.
Commission said, quote, "It is obvious that some parliamentarians do not read the reports of the Integrity Commission," end quote. Michael Phillips, a senior...
Who remember when him said that? It is clear that some of them don't read the reports. They're not interested in the Integrity Commission reports. Because if they did, they would have seen that the Integrity Commission is audited every year. Can you imagine an entity that is supposed to be looking at your financials, not sharing their financial for years? Make it make sense. There's no way they could operate in that manner, ladies and gentlemen. But this was all a ruse to attack the Integrity Commission. That's all it was. And they're still doing it. Right? They're still doing it. To discredit the Integrity Commission, tear it down, let the public look at the Integrity Commission in a certain way. But I have never bought into it, and I hope you have not either. Hey, it's now 11... it's now almost 11 p.m., bro. Black Loki, what's up? Black Loki, why are you not a member of the platform, man? What's going on, player? What's happening? What's happening? Come on, man. Don't you know the memberships are open? You don't know that memberships are open, my brother? If you don't know, let me let you know right now. I want to encourage everybody to become a member of the platform. Yo, Black Cloak is a member of what platform? Well, I have memberships. That's all I'm saying. Listen to this. Daniel Archer. We will miss her. We will miss her. Okay, so let me educate you. If you are overseas, you are supposed to see options down at the bottom right here of the screen on YouTube. You're gonna see a money sign, a money symbol in a rectangle. When you press that, you're gonna see memberships. You're gonna see purchase memberships. You're gonna see super chats and gifts. Those 4 things. And you take it from there. You want to super chat, you want to send gifts, you want to become a member, or you want to buy other people memberships. All those options are there. Big up TikTok in the building. How y'all doing? I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm back. All right? I'm back.
All right, guys, welcome back. Now, several members of Parliament have missed several meetings for the House of Representatives in 2020.
Well, make sure that they get what they want. I want to see
the bad roads and stuff like that. I don't see why I must go sit down and listen to some people quarrel with each other.
Some people is you, are you supposed to be in there talking to? And if you can't collect the information, what you going to do with it?
No, but I'm being very serious. I mean,
No, I'm being serious too. You collect the information, you speak to the person in the constituency.
Oh, so Black Loki. Obviously, you didn't get the memo because I did a whole video about this. How I have somehow now been eligible for super chats. So yes, this platform, Bolo VNR 2.0, is eligible for super chats, my brother. All right, eligible. So super chats, gifts, like how they do on TikTok. There's gifts on here as well. Of course, the other mediums that I already had in terms of the Cash App that's right there, the Zelle, and also the PayPal, right? So all of those is there now. So we have Super Chat, gifts, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, all that. All right, let's continue. Yeah, man, them free me up. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's because I had 35,000 subs. It appears as though as soon as I hit 35,000 subs, them free me up. So we free, baby. We is free.
Constituency, you hear their needs, you understand their needs. Your job, and part of your job, is to take those needs, those issues, and take them to Parliament and represent your constituents. It's not just about visiting funerals and having night and giving out monies and saying, oh, this road and that road. There are certain issues, and that's a problem with our democracy. That's a problem with our politic. We think it's okay just to go and be seen, but we also want our representatives to be heard. And so,
big up Daniel Archer, but that's not the video I want.
Justice Seymour Panton steps down on February 25, and he said he is not going to be continuing, and if asked, he would decline. It's a convenient time to look at the work of the commission, also to look at any changes that may or may not.
Economic progress has been what has been touted, and we can't deny that there have been economic accolades about how well Jamaica has done after COVID at this point when we compare ourselves to other nation states. However, it's crucial in fact, to understand that robust economic growth would be enhanced by two magic words: good governance.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I want like a TV right here. A flat screen right here. So when I'm playing that, it's projected right here and you can hear the sound while I'm on there. Yeah man, I want a TV right here. Right there. What y'all think? I've been thinking about, or this part of the wall is broader, so I can put it right here and then turn the table and turn everything and just have it right there, and you guys can see it while I'm seeing it on the computer. You guys are seeing it on the big screen. What y'all think? Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the live, man. That's why I came in the room, so I don't disturb you.
The true measure of effective governance lies in the presence of trust, integrity, transparency across all systems. So NIA, the National Integrity Action, is of the view that in spite of the economic accolades, nothing can be said much about where we are unless there are, and there is, and there should be effective governance. So when politicians have no code of conduct, I was going to say that, economic accolades mean nothing. When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic accolades is empty.
Who not have the code of conduct, ladies and gentlemen? Who hasn't signed the code of conduct? Andrew Owens and the entire parliament. Just let it be known, let it be understood that the People's National Party signed that every year. All right, so play that back.
I was going to say that. Economic accolades mean nothing. So are, unless there are, and there is, and there should be effective governance. So when politicians have no code of conduct, I was going to say that.
Low-key.
Economic accolades mean nothing. When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic accolades is empty. When public bodies fail to provide timely reports as to how they use public funds, economic progress is dead.
Dead.
When the government seeks to weaken rather than strengthen legislation meant to empower or protect people, specifically the imposition of the political ombudsman's office into the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, or running with alacrity to extend the time of the DPP or confirm a parliamentary clerk whilst at a slug space, ignoring the need and the law to protect the ECJ by entrenching it into the Constitution, tells us that governance is not important.
Yo, listen, man. Shout out to Black Loki in the building, dropping them gifts. 18 times 100 is 1800 US. I'm joking. Nah, that's not what that means. But shout out to you with them gifts, Black Loki. Black Loki out here having fun with them gifts, man. 100. She's right though. She's on point, boy. I'm telling you, this lady right here, I got a lot of love and respect. I was very sad to see her leave her post as the chairman of the NIA. Oh man, listen. Man, it's tough, man. We lost a real good one, ladies and gentlemen. But the brother that's there right now, I don't know. I've been watching him, and he looks like he stood up where she left off. If you understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
To provide timely reports as to how they use public funds, economic accolades mean nothing.
Yeah.
When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic accolades is empty.
So what is she talking about there? The drill. We still don't know who owns the company that bought the drill. We still don't know. Kirk Bamboram, big up yourself. We still don't know, and we have Kemar Johnson in the building. Hey, let me shout out these people on TikTok for 1 second. Y'all hit that like button for me, please, and share the live. So we got Winsome Wilson, we got Ian, we got Noel Napier, we got Nerine Pinnock, we got Nova, we got Shirley, we got Rasta Dave, and Beverly Ford. Big up on yourself. I'm gonna smash up the like button and shout out to Loki, man. Loki going crazy with the gifts. 68. Man, if all those hundreds were 100 US, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy, but I don't know what they are, but I appreciate them though. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Loki. Keep going. Keep the fire blazing, my brother. We got Duke David in the building. Oh, wait. I gotta make sure Loki's straight in the chat. Gotta make sure Loki's straight in the chat. Gotta make sure Loki's straight in the chat. All right, there we go.
When public bodies fail to provide timely reports as to how they use public funds, economic progress is dead.
Say that again. Say that again, please. Let's slow that down and listen to that. All right? All of this stuff that they be talking about, oh, the economy is growing and all of this, bro. Sassy in the building, how you doing, man? I love you. Sassy, why aren't you a member of the platform? What's going on? You should be an honorary member of this platform, Sassy D. But shout out to you, babes. You know I love you. Talking about show off. But listen to this again. Wait a minute, what happened? Listen to what she said.
No code of conduct. You know I was gonna say that. Economic accolades mean nothing. When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic accolades is empty. When public bodies fail to provide timely reports as to how they use public funds, economic progress is dead.
Black Loki say you don't deserve it. I'm going to take it back, Black Loki. I'm going to take it back. Tell me when you deserve it, Black Loki. No, I'm not passing this right here. This point right here, nah.
About who is awarded contracts.
No, this point right here.
Code of conduct. When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic accolades is empty.
When there's no disclosure about who is awarded contracts, economic progress is empty. We still don't know who bought the drill, which company, who is person A. Is it Andrew Honest? That's what everybody has been asking. Is it Andrew who own the company that buy the drill? For 30 odd million, is it 30 odd million? That's what we've been asking the whole time, bro. And we still don't know Delroy Williams or whatever I want to name. He has recused himself of being the face or the holder of the company, and we still don't know who owns the company that bought the drill. The expensive drill and cost the amount of them say. Probably $4-3 million it cost. 30 odd million. Excess. Waste. That crime has not been solved as yet, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, there's so many people that's supposed to go to prison. I mean, I ask God, I am pleading to the Lord in prayer that these people are put in jail or wherever it is God intended to put them. But they need to go. You understand? Yo, this man is crazy.
When public bodies fail to provide timely reports as to how they use public funds,
when public bodies fail to provide timely reports about how they use public funds,
economic progress is
dead.
When the government seeks to weaken rather than strengthen legislation meant to empower or protect people, specifically the imposition of the Political Ombudsman's Office into the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, or running.
You guys remember when they tore down and destroyed the Political Ombudsman? And look who is there now. Everald Warmington, that pretty much was like it's a waste of money and all of this, and the commissioner them, and now he's a commissioner at the ECJ. The level of hypocrisy of the leaders of the Jamaica Labour Party is unreal.
To people, specifically the imposition of the Political Ombudsman's Office into the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, or running with alacrity to extend the time of the DPP or confirm.
Yo, man, I miss this lady, bro. Miss Daniel Archer. I know you're probably, sipping some pina colada or whatever it is you're drinking. Maybe a vegan, I don't know. But you probably enjoying life, enjoying, your daughter, your son if you have one, your husband if you have one. I'm not doubting you have a husband, because my goodness, you are beautiful. And you are a lady of integrity, clearly. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You live in the life is what I'm saying. You live in the life. You know what I'm saying? You tired of all of this and this system. You probably not in Jamaica. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just want to say on behalf of well-thinking Jamaicans, ma'am, we miss you. We miss you. We miss you. We miss you. Man,
a parliamentary clerk, whilst at a slug space, ignoring the need and the law to protect the ECJ by entrenching it into the Constitution, tells us that governance is not important.
Not important.
When constitutional reform is used to placate the public that the government is willing to make decisions that will improve the next generation of Jamaicans, but whose actions suggest otherwise, this erodes our trust in how you'll handle the funds. So what we need, and what we haven't heard, is how is the government willing to support creating a homegrown democracy, and one that holds all of our politicians accountable to one single standard of behavior that inspires positive change in the land that we love. When the House Speaker refuses to share the advice given by the People's Attorney General, advice that will benefit the public's knowledge of parliamentary procedures, this reflects the arrogance of a government that feels that all occupied positions of power should benefit only the ruling party. When the government shies away from supporting legislation to recall a member of parliament for non-performance of duties, and this can be easily done as we did the extension of the DPP's tenure, it suggests that it does not believe that it is accountable to the people.
Yes!
And when the government forgets its promise of a fixed election date, we heard nothing of that.
Oh my God.
It suggests that changes that will improve governance will not be pursued. So when there is a, and forgive my use of this particular word, aggression towards the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission.
Yes!
In the face of such mammoth spending,
Yes!
it suggests that there are issues of accountability that the government would rather the public not know.
Facts. Facts. They've been hiding. Hey, shout out to Black Loki. He going crazy with the gifts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Loki with the gifts. But no, seriously. She is on point. They don't want us to know what is really going on. What do you say? When can I get an interview or wherever I find this statement, bro? All right, so you can subscribe to my YouTube page and you can go to my playlist that says Evidence to Record on Bolo VNR 2.0. You can tell me if you find the page. All right, Kemar? Go to Bolo VNR 2.0. All right? I have it in my evidence log. The title of the video it comes from CVM. It's the NIA calls for accountability, transparency in governance. A stroke at CVM TV News. That's the title of the video. All right. Yeah, man. So you can subscribe to Bolo VNR 2.0. Oh, and also, you're more than welcome to become a member of the platform. And when you go to the Evidence to Record playlist, it's the 46th video out of 244. All right. So these videos are very important to me in terms of evidence and in certain times, because I'm never live on IG. No, never. IG, I just have IG. I hardly post. The content rarely goes anywhere on IG, so I just leave it alone. I don't get any love on IG. Shout out to Samuel Brown in the building. Now, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Play that back.
Governance will not be pursued. So when there is a, and forgive my use of this particular word, aggression towards the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission. In the face of such mammoth spending, it suggests that there are issues of accountability that the government would rather the public not know.
No, big facts. This government has a lot that they're hiding. Big facts. It suggests that there's a lot of things that they don't want the people to know. They speak about transparency, but they're not transparent at all. At all. No, man, there's a medical drill that was bought. And they bought the drill. Alright. You have a car, right? And a sensible person would go to the car mart and buy a car. The whole car. Guess what they did? They bought every single piece of the car individually. That's what they did to the drill. They bought every single piece of the drill individually instead of buying the drill one whole. And according to them, it cost $30-something million. When you go online and you look up how much for that drill, it's cheaper to buy the pieces individually. No, it's more expensive. No, come on, bro. When you buy a Samsung phone or your iPhone, it's cheaper to buy the phone in whole. If you are to buy the parts by themselves, it's going to cost you more all the time. All the time. You understand? So that's what they did. And we haven't heard who is the owner of the company that bought the drill. And we don't even know if the government is still awarding that company government contracts. Where you say a car or resources on average is around 10K? Nah, bro. Mm-mm. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. If you go to the stores and to buy the different parts of the car, it's always more expensive than to buy it. When you add up everything and you put everything together, it's always more expensive than to buy the car. That's facts.
So sustained economic growth, to our mind, cannot occur without trust, and trust is not gained by being autocratic.
No.
Ignoring the questions of private members tells the public that this is a one-party show, and that there is no concern about equity in governance,
Yes.
but rather the only concern is consolidating power.
Yes.
This undermines the very foundation
Of democracy.
economic progress.
Yes.
So having heard the presentations, NI was inspired by the words of the Minister of Health and Wellness when he recently visited St. Lucia. And we ask our own government, having listened to the budget, having listened to the utterances of those who have spoken about the great direction that Jamaica is heading, is the government prepared to do what it has never done before because it is the right thing to do and will serve the greater good, even if it means disagreeing with traditional measures of success? Is the government prepared to lead by empowering people in their communities and avoiding the temptation to satisfy local or international bureaucracies as indicators of success rather than the people's needs? That is a test of whether or not this budget is solid, effective, comprehensive, and progressive. So the issues NIA has raised are concerns of the public. They're not the concerns of Daniel Archer. They are the concerns of the public. And the public demands governance that builds trust, reflects integrity, and is transparent.
Yes.
So Professor Hamilton, I apologize, but I'm using this moment as a direction to my fellow Jamaicans, my colleagues and my friends, my media batchmates, if I could call them that. And I'm inspired by the words of Marshall Matthews III, otherwise known as Eminem. And I ask you, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you had ever wanted in this one moment, would you capture it or let it slip away? This, my friends, is the moment. It is a press conference, but it's the first opportunity that the people of this country have had to respond to the budget that was presented. It is your moment, and I would want to tell you, from my perspective, that you should never let it go. Let us not miss the chance to do the right thing for our future Jamaicans. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for each of us. Let's examine the budget. Let's review the actions of all our parliamentarians, every single solitary one. And let's ask ourselves, if there is room for transparency and accountability, is there? And if the answer is yes, I invite you. Stand with members of the civil society. Stand with your schools, your entities, and your churches. This is the moment to make your voice heard. If you want a better Jamaica, we must not wait to be led by our politicians. And we must not be overwhelmed by the niceties of a budget that tells us what it can bring. But we should demand improved governance so that accountability, transparency, and integrity will ensure that every single Jamaican in the rural and urban centers, whether you're educated at a tertiary level or not, whether you're a farmer or a teacher, you can participate in making Jamaica the place to live, to work, and to enjoy your lifestyle the way you choose to at this particular moment.
Daniel Archer, ladies and gentlemen. Loki saying, I want to know what she look like. Loki, she's beautiful, girl. She is beautiful. But I'm gonna segue into the into the meat and potatoes. But that was definitely something we needed to hear again. I am going to repost that because what's up, Lorraine, and Yvonne, how you doing, darling? What Miss Daniel Archer just talked about is something that we need to revisit. She said she quoted Eminem, bro. Man, I'm in love, man. This lady right here. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. I'm giving you one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Come on, man. Yo, I gotta play that back, bro. Nah, she quoted Eminem, bro. What? She quoted Marshall Mathers, bro.
And I ask you, if you had one shot, one opportunity.
Wait, go back.
So, Professor Hamilton, I apologize, but I'm using this moment as a direction to my fellow Jamaicans, my colleagues and my friends.
A call to action.
My media batchmates, if I could call them that.
Yes.
And I'm inspired by the words of Marshall Mathers III, otherwise known as Eminem. And I ask you, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you had ever wanted in this one moment, would you capture it or let it slip away? This, my friends, is the moment. It is a press conference, but it's the first opportunity that the people of this country have had to respond to the budget that was presented. It is your moment, and I would want to tell you, from my perspective, that you should never let it go. Let us not miss the chance to do the right thing for future Jamaicans. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for each of us. Let's examine the budget. Let's review the actions of all our parliamentarians, every single solitary one. And let's ask ourselves, if there is room for transparency and accountability, is there?
Later.
And if the answer is yes, I invite you. Stand with members of the civil society. Stand with your schools, your entities, and your churches. This is the moment to make your voice heard. If you want a better Jamaica, we must not wait to be led by our politicians. And we must not be overwhelmed by the niceties of a budget that tells us what it can bring. But we should demand improved governance so that accountability, transparency, and integrity will ensure that every single Jamaican in the rural and urban centers, whether you're educated at a tertiary level or not, whether you're a farmer or a teacher, you can participate in making Jamaica the place to live, to work, and to enjoy your lifestyle the way you choose to at this particular moment. Thank you.
Man, shout out to Miss Daniel Archer, Mrs. Daniel Archer. I believe maybe the reason why she resigned. I am looking back at this speech. This was a year ago. This was April 10th. No, this was almost 2 years ago. April 10th, 2024. A lot was going on. Daniel Archer. Her name is spelled with another L and an E at Daniel. It's a lady, you know, so it's not Daniel, it's Daniel. Daniel Archer. LLE at the end. So it's DANIELLE. Archer. The Archer, how you spell the Archer is fine. Man, powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely powerful. I really have to go and do another like a whole show on that alone one of these days. What you just said a while ago, it is profound. It was a call to action, and I think we failed each other as a people. Nobody really answered the call. There was, yes, that's it. No, it's not Daniela, it's Daniel, just like that how you spell it. I think we failed each other as a people, honestly. There's so much things that we should have come together and locked arms in the streets together on that this government is going on with. Benji said There's no journalism in Jamaica anymore. Pay close attention to what is covered and the words. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Even though the Jamaica Labour Party want to put the Gleaner into a box, saying that they are against them. Really and truly, I don't see it. I really don't see it. I really don't see it. They have been very, I don't know, probably not as the media just they have not been as aggressive as I think they should be. And some people, there's an argument out there that a lot of them are bought and paid for. Some of them, there's dirt on them, they're living certain type of lives that they don't want exposed, so they gotta be about certain things. You understand? So to be effective, you really have to be like Mr. Will Rattigan and Andre Stevens and Hot Off of the Press and Pastor Ricky and Mr. Byron, he married, and you understand, in the wilderness and holding on to your integrity. Me, I'm not married or anything like that, but I'm really in the wilderness. In my own little wilderness, to be quite honest with you. And from now on, I'm going to be even more in the wilderness. I want to be as closed off as possible. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to open my doors. I'm locking my doors. Wait a minute. What? You telling me my stuff is wait a minute, why is it not charging? Are you serious? What is going on? Oh, I see what happened. It's not properly plugged in. Hey, wait, what? Could have sworn I plugged that in. There we go. There we go. Almost lost my mind, bruh. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, let's get to this. So, Mr. Richard Hassan. Lord have mercy. Mr. Richard Hassan. Let's play the tape. Let's play
Let
the
me
tape.
welcome the minister and his staff, entire team that is here. Minister, can you say exactly the amount of Spark program that is completed so far?
I'm going to ask the minister with direct responsibility to get into that point.
Locking off from everything. I'm not gonna be accessible. Ashley, how you doing? I'm limiting my access. What? If I want her email or phone number, low-key, bruh, you gotta chill, bruh. You gotta chill. I don't want none of that. I never asked nobody to do that. And I don't need it.
10 minutes.
What?
Next wall.
If you want to see me, come to Bolo VNR 2.0. Yeah, I'm locking on.
So far we have started 163 roads and we have paved 180. Now, I want to add a caveat. 80, sorry. I want to add a caveat.
So he said he started 163 roads. Sassy, calm down. Calm down, Sassy. You gotta chill. Calm down. You can't be asking these types of questions all night. You gotta chill. Caution, what's going on, man? Salute to you. But he said he got 163 and he completed 180. He quickly corrected himself and said 80. Play that back.
So far we have started 163 roads and we have paved 180. Now, I want to add a caveat. 80, sorry. I want to add a caveat to paved 180.
No, I don't. I have not met Sassy in real life, ladies and gentlemen. Sassy lives overseas and I live in Jamaica. Alright? You see what they cause now, Sassy? You see what they cause? He said Bolo be flying people out. Me? Flying people out on what budget? You, but bruh, you chill. You gotta chill. He said I'll be flying people out.
I want to add a caveat to the 80 being paved. So being paved does not always mean the total completion of the road. The road is totally complete when the consultant does a final inspection of the road and hands it over to the government. And even after that, the contractor is still obligated for 1 year for any acts or omissions that may cause damage to the road.
No. And still don't answer the question.
We paid 80 roads.
Out of?
Out of 160
Okay.
streets.
Yeah, this is my thing. Him ask you how much road complete. 80 out of 160. 3. That's it. That's answering the question.
No.
Why do they go through these long, lengthy answers? It's like the Jamaica Labour Party are so insecure about their actual performance. That's why they do this. I'm telling
No,
you.
that's what I'm saying. That you do. How many completed so far?
So we paved 63, which are finished for all intents and purposes, but 80 have been paved.
Okay.
So 63 is complete and 100 is incomplete. And out of the incomplete, some of them start already.
Totally complete.
Yo, when did this guy become a spokesperson? What?
When it sparks, when we start to spark.
I think we
Yo,
started.
low-key wilding, bro.
Signed the contract in around December of 2024. But for all intents and purposes, work really began in March 2025.
And your target for this, up to this financial year, the end of the financial year was 40%.
We're supposed to do 40%.
And you're 19%.
No, we're about.
No, you're 19% to your document.
We're 21%.
Your document is at 19.
The document was done a couple of weeks ago.
19%.
I mean, 1-2% is not.
Okay, but if you're at 21 out of 40%,
right,
you're behind schedule.
Of course, we're behind schedule. We had a category 5 hurricane.
No.
Yo, you see this? This, she said she can cook and bake. Now what, Loki? Now what? Anyway. So I say 81 and give me no food today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna beg her dinner, but she not give me no answer. She just tell me say she busy and things say she a cook and I don't hear nothing more. Anyway. So Robert Nesta Morgan want to blame the roads them that they have planned to fix. That the roads are not fixed because of Hurricane Melissa. Ivan, am I missing something? You know what? You know. What would have been a better answer is the unpredictable weather. These rains that turn into floods has hampered the consistency of fixing. You know, it disrupts the roads being fixed. That would have been a better answer. But to blame the roads not being fixed that you had a projection for from Wapikil Philip, blaming it on Hurricane Melissa, come on, man. That's not even funny. That's not even funny, bro. What was going on before then? If we were to target before Hurricane Melissa, could you tell us that you were actually on schedule? So Hurricane Melissa stopped you from doing what? 19% of the road then? For complete? That's the way you want to tell me. Not 19%, 50%. Because 20, 40, and then 19, 21 from that 90. Yeah. That don't make no sense, fam. No, she don't make nothing for me. That may I try to tell her.
No.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
Before. No. Even before.
Alright, so if you'll allow me, member. So we started Spark. We signed the contract in around December of 2024. The contractor mobilized over time and he was able to start the first road, which was in your colleague's constituency, Everest Drive, in East Kingston and Port Royal. That road is complete, by the way.
All I got is party clothes, bro.
We are happy with the progress of it based on everything that has taken place, and let me explain why I'm happy with the progress. A lot of the roads that we're doing, we never had any designs or maps for them. So the initial assessment of the roads that we started doing was based on an observation of what the road is. When the designers came and they saw that, for example, on Everest Drive, when we started Everest Drive, we did not calculate that we would need a pipeline on Everest Drive. When we started our excavation, we realized that the pipe on Everest Drive had to be replaced because it was an old pipe that probably had asbestos in it. Not only that, when we started excavating,
Poor planning.
I don't know if you would call it poor planning.
Poor.
Robert Nesta Morgan. Poor planning. Poor planning. What is the procedure? Thank you for praying for me. What is the procedure of building roads? There has to be a procedure, you know. Is either you know the procedure or you don't know the procedure. But that don't look good. And when the man them come, them realize say this and this and that, and them have got, then the estimate now go off then, man. The estimate where you need to fix the roads are gonna be off. You see, Loki said procedures for building roads are easy. So I don't know.
It's better planning than when you were a minister.
No, poor planning.
Much better planning.
No, poor planning.
If the road in 1 year.
No, but at least. Minister.
So if you'll allow me to finish what I'm saying before your subjective statement. When we were doing Everest Drive, we also realized that several sections of the hillside was unstable. And we had to add retaining walls to the program on Everest Drive in order to protect the house of persons who were there. The fact of the matter is you will never fully know what is taking place until the consultant goes in and starts doing the excavate, the design and the analysis and the soil testing, which is why that's an important component of the SWAT program.
So you started at what cost for that road?
It's about 75 million.
And you end that? And you end that?
It's about 100 now.
And it's not completed?
It is finished. I told you it was complete.
Okay. All right.
So 75 million was the original estimate, and then after the consultants came, it went to 100. I have nothing to say. I'm gonna be waiting to see some audits and stuff like that. When the real party go, People's National Party go to power, yeah man, we just have to audit everything. It's gonna be a big audit, and we're just gonna audit everything. That's all. I have nothing else to say.
You start last year with $8 billion on the spark.
That's correct.
And it was reduced to 5.7.
That's correct.
And this year, as the senior minister said, we are going to move up. Your budget this year is 4.5.
So the reality of it is that
I've been told,
when we realized in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, we would not have been able to spend all the money that we did. So the budget was reduced, and we are actually on target to spend what we have. We are starting several components this year, including the main road component, and we have had consultations with the Ministry of Finance that where the need arises for more resources to complete what has been started. As it is indeed a contract, the resources will be provided.
So you are moving from the parochial road to the main road?
We're adding the main road. So the parochial roads will be doing parochial roads and main roads at the same time.
Okay. Your spark is supposed to be completed in 2028?
Yes, but there's also a 1 year defect liability period that is also a part of it.
And you're at 21% to what you're saying now.
Correct.
Or you're expecting in the next 2 years to complete up to 100%?
Yes, I am expecting it.
How?
How am I expecting it? Because what we're noticing is that as the contractor, because let me give you an example. There was a shortage of equipment. The contractor imported 100 pieces of equipment. which has significantly aided the contractor in starting more roads and completing roads quicker. So now that the contractor has actually become at pace and with scale, he's able to finish more roads quicker than he was, let's say, 6 months ago.
Yeah, but at the same time, is that you could move much faster if we engage our local contractors.
Local contractors are a part of the program.
No, but the rates.
The rates are, the government of Jamaica has a contract with the enterprise contractor, not with local contractors. The local contractors and the enterprise contractor will form their own private arrangements. The government of Jamaica cannot interfere in a contract between private parties.
But who prepared the contract?
What?
Who prepared the contract for the main contractors?
That contract is long prepared and gone. Members
why what should not go, man? Yo, she just upsetting. Sorry, I can't. Yo, she upsetting, man. Make the people them talk, now, man. Make the man them dialogue and do what them do fast, man. I like to them and waste time. The thing actually I run smooth. I mean, I think Nesta, Robert Nesta Morgan some props. Actually, I give him props. Him sound like him know him I talk about. Him actually sound like him know what he's talking about Jamaica. Whether I'm a tell lie or not, him not fumble when him a talk to this man. The other one I go play not so much, but this one him not fumble. Him sound like him know him I talk about. And him willing to answer the question then. And that is a legitimate question. Sure.
I want to ask a question. You can't tell me what to ask.
Mr. Azan, let me explain to you how it works. The government of Jamaica had an international tender with several...
Minister, in responding to that question, please...
Yeah, I know. Sure. Oh, your voice.
You should just listen.
Sure,
you
man.
I'm asking the minister a question, not you.
Exactly.
And that is not a contract from when that you're asking about. I listen to your question.
No. I think you're...
Yo, she's preempting him. She is preempting him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Minister, I'm saying...
What was your question?
It is so unfair what you're saying that we don't engage in local contractors.
A contract law for a pre-deal contract. An entity that is not a part to a contract cannot interfere in a contract. The contract is between the government of Jamaica and China Harbour Engineering. It would be illegal and a breach of contract and a breach of the law of contract for the government to go to China Harbour and say...
It's for negotiation, yes?
How is it for negotiation? So you are better at negotiating than the public sector workers who do this procurement. That's what you're saying.
It is your government. It's your government.
Yes, Nesta Morgan, it is your government. You guys did not protect the local contractors in your negotiations. When you go to, let me tell you something. You see all them countries overseas, you see all Japan and them places and China, with certain things, me give them props. You understand me do? Me give them props. They protect their own citizens. When it comes to business and constructing and building, then you think so them make. Bolo, you're cracking me up. I don't like to hear her. Ivan, listen, me can't bother with her, brother. She just upset me sometimes. Yo, something about her just rub me spirit wrong. I don't, some people say they don't like her Andrew Vice. She is just, yo, I'm telling you. Listen, anyway. You have countries where protect them citizens. Them funnel the money where the government has spent through government contracts to their citizens. People were qualified. You can't go in a certain countries and talk about, even if you are one big company and contractor, you have to use our people, them, a certain amount of our people, them, to do the work. And there's no small position, neither big position where real money come back in our country. Not just leaving to go to China or and go to China. They are not protecting the citizens, them qualified citizens. I same thing they do with the farmer them with the bag of stuff them when they import. This government Andrew Holness-led government, JLP government. That's what they do. But yo, I'm on the right. This your government that's on operate.
It was the public sector workers who negotiated the
It is your
contract.
government. You sign it off. It's cabinet signed it off. So I'm asking you, if you're at 21% now, how you're expecting in the next 3 years?
I'm saying to you that the contractor is at scale, and as time goes by, the contractor increases the pace at which it's completing roads, and he will finish his roads during the contract.
Okay, Minister, will you agree that with the China Harbor contract, most of our Jamaican workers are reduced to flagsmen and flagsmen?
I don't have any data on that. Do you have that data?
Yes.
What is the data?
When you go on the
contractor increases the pace.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those who live in Jamaica, when you're looking upon the roads them being dealt with and the contract them, no peer foreign people to say operate upon the site them. Especially with the roads. I didn't go idiot job them when I pay no money and that them give Jamaica and they want to talk about say, where did you listen to him? Listen to him. That good man, me fix that. Me fix that.
Okay.
I will
Minister,
fix it. Leave it.
Will you agree that with the China Harbor contract, most of our Jamaican workers are reduced to flagsmen and flagsmen?
I don't have any data on that. Do you have that data?
Yes.
What is the data?
When you go on the projects, it is the Chinese who are working and our workers are flagsmen and flagsmen.
You remember that you would need to present that evidence. You cannot come to Parliament and this committee with hearsay without facts or without evidence.
Yeah, this is idiot. Because the man don't get something different, something like that means no facts. Rubbish in my chat. If you go on the site, them and look and see a facts. Tell me, say you want written. You want written data. You want an audit done. Did you do an audit? Did you care to do an audit? Do you care whether or not more Jamaicans get proper jobs on these contracts or not? Does your government care? Obviously not. Obviously. Because I'm going to ask him.
You're making a statement based on what is not correct.
You have an audit of the persons who work.
No, but you are the one who's making the accusation.
Him no answer that, you know. He say that Mr. Azan is lying, but him no have no evidence of him lying. Mr. Azan talk of his own experience when him see with him own 2 years, you know. And he's saying that he's lying. But when you ask him, say, so what is the basis of your argument then? Because I'm speaking from my personal experience. Do you have an audit to suggest otherwise? Do you have a list of the workers them that work on these contracts? If you say, all right, and mostly Jamaican work on the contract them, him can't tell me that Jamaica. Everybody knows that is not true. Natalie, what are you doing? Everybody knows that's not true. So stop it. Get embarrassing.
You need to provide the Madam, let me just answer this one statement. If you are going to accuse persons of an offense, you need to provide the evidence. You're the one making the accusation, and what does that have to do with the budget that we're discussing? What does that have to do with the budget that we're discussing?
What is the ratio of Jamaican workers?
Madam Chair, the question that is being asked.
I'm fully aware.
No, Madam Chair. The question that is asked is what is the ratio of Jamaicans to poverty? I will undertake to provide the honourable member with that information as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you see? That is simple. That's simple.
Thank you.
See experience the Nesta.
You hear that? See experience the Nesta. Bro, you're telling man say a lie, man, but you have no data. That's rubbish. That's what I just say a while ago. Oh, you see a lie, man, tell you have no data, the man talk about the own experience. You cannot discredit what the man say because you yourself not have no data. If you come and say, well, our audit suggests that 55% of the people that work on these contracts are actually Jamaicans, you are incorrect. With us a backside, they're really knocking this or no. Whooping Ahmed, we couldn't say nothing. We couldn't say nothing too tough. We'd have to still review the audit and probably do our own audit because we don't trust them. But still, at least you would have an audit. You don't have no audit and I say a lie, man, I tell, bro. When the Jamaican people them will tell you, say, are mostly the Chinese people them there on the place of work. Can't them there they work and see and a lie. But you guys did not do anything in the contractual agreement to actually protect or anything in law or anything to protect us, the Jamaican people. People can come from overseas and turn millionaire off of our tax dollars, and we, the Jamaican people, them, don't make the millions them off of it in a certain capacity and certain situation. Unless I want to friend them on a contract in Jamaica. Part of a squad on a team. Them thing they need to stop.
Do we have a list of spark road today?
Yeah, but he just politically put it away, but it's okay. It's fine.
Do you have the list?
It's not just numbers.
Do you have the list of spark road to be done this financial year?
So the
Exactly. The core negotiation.
But
This is not where we have that.
And you know, she's so arrogant, you know. Size 14, you know. She's so arrogant. Because she thought that when me and my man there from Robert Montague, she thought that Robert Montague was going to agree with her. Yes, Minister, no. You know the question, the man said, the question is this, and we'll get back to him at a later date. She not shame. She not shame. And you want to see her roll her eye and a thumb. Just stop it nice and make people them. Ciao.
yes, we have the list of spark.
I mean,
It's an interrupting.
Last hurricane. Melissa. The damage, the value.
Was that the spark road or the
No,
road?
the national roads. Rate. I did not ask about rate. I did not ask about rate.
What about
Go back
$5
upstairs.
million?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna give some critical. I'm gonna give fear. I'm gonna give fear criticism here, constructive criticism. The PMP MP them stop answer people them cross the road. Focus on the person where you ask the question to and listen out to the answer. All on. Wherever the cap fit, wear it. All on. Stop listen to them. Focus on who you ask the question because of them you want the answer from. Because in this situation, Nesta Morgan actually tell you the answer, you know, Mr. Richard Hassan, but you never hear, you know, because you're busy to talk to him and over there. So. And then them loud actually and block you from hearing. But if you want to look upon him and listen at the same time, possibly you would have get to actually hear or so him say. I live in the Ligani area, and if you had walked on Ligani Avenue, then Nesta Morgan would shut his mouth. 99% are Chinese, mighty God. You see, it is a position that he cannot defend it. So I don't know why he even attempt to defend it. He cannot defend it. All the Jamaican them living in Jamaica know want to go up on the side them and the road. Listen, a peer blur not far enough, bro. The man they not really use the local people them in a no big way, brother. And that's a fact. Hear what him say, him no control that. But our argument is this: why is it that the Jamaican government is allowing that to happen? Where's the protection of our citizens? It's our money. You see, there's other communities, and I won't name any specifically, that really structure their society in a way where their money circulates among them 3 times before it leaves them hand. Or even more. We in Jamaica, listen man, if you want to get rich, be a foreigner overseas, be some type of businessman, be a nobody, where did homeless from India, come to Jamaica and you will be a billionaire. Rev out. Rev out. Look on the man that own Rev out. We own Amber Group. Him come from nowhere. What go on? Him come from nowhere. When he did not charge? Hold on there. Sometimes when he plug out for long enough. I understand you have some good things. I understand. We're just turning up and turning up. My money from Amber Group, ladies and sit here. My money from Amber Group. What? You look Indian man. Him did homeless, yeah? Only ever hear when you melting pot? Only ever hear a melting pot and Byron read out film file and how you come about and own get wealthy. Just be a homeless person from India. Your people be an alcoholic, never have no structure, and you can come in the Caribbean and come to Jamaica and just get rich. Go for your charge and plug in this and try to sort it out. See? Yeah. But be a Jamaican born in a Jamaica and see if you ever get them the same opportunity there. Hell no. To the no, and be everybody except us. The government is not protecting the people them interests. Them love foreign private investors. Them get giddy. Them palms start get wet. You understand? Them palms start get wet anytime them hear them the money and then the people they come on the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
The damage.
I answered you already.
No, I don't hear.
I said it's about $35 billion.
$35 billion?
Alright, so you turn off and up.
How much have been allocated to repair?
What do you mean?
How much money?
Money been allocated to repair.
So far we have allocated $5 billion for various stages of the repair process.
Okay.
Million?
45 billion, is it? 35 billion, 5 billion to the repairs. Yeah. So we have surety.
I don't know if that's a fair comment. I mean, there are...
Yo, Angela.
Yeah, 35 damage, you get 5.
I would love for you to look at that. So, the repairs of roads take different stages.
Yeah.
So
now, listen, I don't know me already. May I give props where props is due. May I forget Robert Nesta Morgan props. For all him conduct himself. You understand? Because although the chaos was around, I soon call you when he fix. Although the chaos was around and them a make nice, and then Mr. Hasana, you know, and the Ray and the confusion, and he ask him way, he say, you know, you have to allow me to answer the question. I have to big him up for that. In temperament and everything, I have to big him up for that.
for example, we have to clear, then we have to assess, then we have to design, and then we have to build. So we will not be able to repair all the roads.
I'm just asking what is the allocation.
I am saying to you, $5 billion was allocated
Yes, and I'm just asking what is the next plan for the other 30. Because our roads are in terrible condition.
The government will make allocations over time to repair the roads.
Okay.
Now, what that tells me is that it's up in the air, ladies and gentlemen. It's up in the air because over time the government will make allocations and the rest of the road. Remember, national roads, 35 billion in damage. How much allocated to fix back? 5 billion. That left 30 billion. So in essence, that would leave, I don't know, 80% of the roads that would still be in bad conditions, not get any money to allocate to fix them and still be prone to more erosion. But we haven't gotten a clear timeline as to when those roads will be fixed. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, Andrea. Yes, definitely. No, listen, I don't know about the lies, them, you know. I'm just talking about his temperament. I don't know whether I'm telling lie or true. You understand? Because you can be a cool cucumber and still tell lie. But me I give him props to his temperament.
Minister, I want to ask, over the last financial year, could you say the amount the government collect for gas tax?
I have no idea. I'm not the Minister of Finance. I'm sorry. That was a different day.
But the road maintenance, the gas tax is for road maintenance. What portion of it?
No, Mr. Nesta Morgan, as the Minister of Roads, you should know that the road tax, a portion of it goes to that. And if you're truly interested in your job, in really improving roads, you'll be on top of your game where that is concerned and will be able to answer that question. But, you know, Mr. Hassan is very experienced. So, yeah. We all have things to learn. And I did not know that, so I'm not even knocking it. I'm just saying, yeah, you should know that, my brother. Being that is your job. It's not my job. I know if I was in your job, I'd definitely be going to all the elders to learn everything I need to know on how to do this job as most effectively as possible. I would humble myself in their class. Yes, just like here on YouTube, I humble myself in the class of Andre Steve. Me all of the Andre, Byron, Mr. Wayne Lonesome, ABI News, Atta for the Press, Talk My TV, all of them are, I'm the new kid on the block for the most part. A lot of these people have more experiences in terms of civics, even Ishmael. You understand? I learn from everybody. That's why I'm going to watch everybody, I'm going to listen. You feel me? Well, as much as I can, because there's only 24 hours in the day, ladies and gentlemen. Only 24 hours in the day. Only 24 hours a day. And you can do so much and no more.
I'm aware of that.
No.
I want to that loud mouth people them and sit down now.
Minister.
Madam Chair, the minister is available to answer questions if the members just allow him.
Sorry.
Okay, Minister. Could you say how many bridges are damaged in the hurricane?
Member Azan.
I don't know why this thing not coming up, you know.
Three bridges were damaged during the hurricane.
Three. Okay.
Member Azan, I'll speak a little louder in the mic. I heard your last question in terms of road repair.
No, he answered.
No, I'm not hearing you, no.
No, I'm asking about it, and he answered.
Okay. No, I heard that question. I'm not hearing you now because of the noise. So.
Okay, Minister, there was a contract signed about a year or two about some bridge programs across, and you announced about a number of bridges across that will be constructed.
I'm unaware of that contract, sir.
Could you say exactly?
I am unaware of a contract that was signed as you described it.
Mom!
Members, I have sat here and I've heard the minister needing to repeat responses, not even twice but thrice because of the noise. And even questions need to be repeated.
Because I don't
in
know.
the interest of your own time,
you want to speak
it would be good to be quiet and allow members to ask their questions and ministers to respond.
Minister, out of the 5 billion that was allocated.
Not so you're doing nuts.
How much of it will be used to repair roads?
Maybe I need to let her out in the bush to run with the others.
I'm asking you, you said that 5 billion out of
I can't bother with nobody happening.
We're discussing the budget for 26-27. I'm trying to ask that 5 billion is not in this budget. Are you asking the question already?
So where you put it from and why are you mentioning it?
So the answer is.
Ask about the damage?
I'm trying to understand what you're asking. Is your question related
Minister, hold on a moment, please. Minister, Minister, I think in order to get us under some semblance of control, because I was also of the view that you were speaking about $5 billion in this budget, because and that's why I said to Member Azan that you should not ask certain questions, because it literally confuses the House when you refer to periods that are not. If the budget is here, Chinwer.
Jamaica, we can't.
In this financial year.
Can't listen now, man. She just
987.
You have a fast forward it. I swear.
For improvement of main roads. But you mentioned before that was 35.
The girl, you tell me said this year that phone expired.
That would not be the correct number, member.
The upcoming financial year is 987.
The maintenance of secondary roads is about a little bit over $5 billion, which I think that is the area that you're speaking.
Yes.
So what would you like to know about that?
I'll watch out. It does
of that amount.
Blank screen and me have one code of it.
How much of that will be used to repair the hurricane damage roads?
Alright, so
because
I want you to explain something. Just for the benefit of the public, because you and I probably know it already. So when the hurricane took place, the government made a decision that we had to urgently intervene immediately to provide access, especially the areas that were damaged, areas of St. James, Hanover, you know the area. So what we did is we had emergency allocation to provide access and build back some of the roads. As time goes by, under various other programs such as NARA, such as for recurrent expenditure and so on, we will allocate more money. But this year's budget, we are going to be looking at some of the most damaged roads and the rehabilitation of them. I cannot say here that $1 billion, I'm going to allocate 50% of 40%. Because that's going to be based on the assessment of those roads. But we still have roads that need to be rebuilt, that we're still in the phase of assessing to see how are we going to rebuild them. Are we going to create alternate routes because they are no longer able to properly accommodate traffic, or are we going to try to fix what has been done? So I couldn't tell you out of the $5 billion I'm going to spend X amount of hurricane benefits of damage roads. And as a matter of fact, it's not just the west that are damaged from benefits. There are many of...
Yeah, alright, Nesta, Morgan. We're done with you. That's the end of that evidence. Let's go to the next clip right now. Holy pie eat in our kitchen for Nesta, Morgan. You good? Wow, what is the problem now? Forgive me now. You think me not hear y'all listening my while ago? That are the video them, man. I tell you say it nah. I don't know why it not show the live stream them. And it, the latest, it's supposed to show the latest first. Okay. And see that? Alright, if me go up on popular, the popular them will pop up. Okay. You know, I saw a video on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, where some people, some representative from Israel say they monitor the pages them, and persons who don't speak kindly of Israel, them do things, them admit, you know, so them do things, you know, they go play the video for them. Me say, queer, you see one of them where they label them as extremists, whatever that means, if them are extremists, them have the FBI watch them and them admit it, you know. Hey, Israel have some, me I tell you, them have some power there. But, you know, Bible prophecy have to fulfill, me tell you already. I know that. Bible prophecy have to fulfill, and God word can't wrong. You're going to see some things, Jamaica, trust me. Alright, you know what, let me just come out of it and go back. And let me start this. Here's what I say. Here's the last one.
Minister, tell me when you can hear me. When you are finished with the talk over there.
I'm listening.
Minister, starting, just taking up from where, remember, from North West Clarendon and left off with the Spark program. Just want to ask a question to put into context the Spark. What is the total number of roads listed across Jamaica, and what is the kilometer associated with that total? And then tell me what is the total amount of roads associated with Spark, and the amount of kilometers now which will be associated with the Spark program.
It's not making sense.
It doesn't.
What sense I man think?
This is not the coach, it's the student.
yeah.
So we have about 26,000 kilometers of roads across the island. We do not affect the number of roads, we affect the amount of kilometers.
Alright, so 26,000 kilometers.
Yeah, about.
And for Spark,
We are going to be doing about 630 roads.
No, you said kilometers. You say on the road, so you say kilometers.
So there are about 630 roads that we're going to be doing, which are community roads.
Plug out that for my moment.
63 main roads. The reason why the number is 27,000 and not divided into individual roads is that a lot of the roads in Jamaica are not under the governance of NWA. Some of them are private roads, some of them are orphan roads. But as part of our evolution into a proper road management system, what's the name of the geospatial unit? The National Spatial Unit was sent out to map road distance. But when we did the Spark program, we did a consultation where people chose individual roads. And those are the roads that we're here now.
So to answer the question, Minister, you're saying overall there are about 26 kilometers of road. That is overall, so it's not NWA alone.
26,000 kilometers of road.
But for Spark, we're doing 250 kilometers of road. That's
no, I said we're doing 630 roads.
But in kilometers, that is 250.
The Spark program was not defined by per kilometer.
No, man, understood. But in the book it says we will rehabilitate 250 kilometers based on the physical target. So I'm just clarifying if that's the correct information.
Let's say we're doing about 1,200 kilometers of Spark roads.
1,200?
Yes.
So why would the physical target suggest 250? At 19,000 C18, it is saying physical targets initially, rehabilitation of 250 kilometers of road pavement. So is that an incorrect statement in the budget?
I'm trying to find what you're talking about.
19,000 C18 in the capital budget. Physical targets, number 7. Yes. So is that an incorrect statement?
That would probably be for the fiscal year, but
no, man, this is the overall physical target.
But that would not be correct.
Alright, why couldn't it be for the fiscal?
Hey, I'm telling you something. Anybody where Damon Crawford sit on the side, if you already have brains, but then you go ask them about the budget, I'm sorry for them. If you no think no align, Virgin, the man them are gonna expose it, bro. Any little mistake you make, only in a trouble. Una get embarrassed in a parliament. Me can tell you that right now. And I Damon Crawford, me sit down beside the Vaz. So is it kilometers or is it meter? Which is it? Roads or kilometers? Oh, it's not that. So why does it say that in the book? Get it cleared up, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need any confusion. We need transparency and clear. We need transparency. We need clarity. You know? Accountability. You have to have the ability to do these things. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because in the same, at number 6 is stating the total amount allocated for Spark, which is 45 million.
That could not be correct.
So the 250 is incorrect?
Yes, that is incorrect.
So the document is incorrect? Okay. So the real figure should have been what? So let me just add it.
Overall, we're doing 1,200 kilometers of Spark road.
So the document is incorrect. Mighty God. Yo, I don't want to see how Dr. Nathan Jamla did. Yo, let me play that back. Hold on there.
Not be correct.
So the 250 is incorrect?
Yes, that is incorrect.
So the document is incorrect? Okay.
Yo, yeah, me say, man. Yo, comrades, let us stick together. We have a great team. But not telling a lie still. There's some Antonio. Yo, we have a great team, bro. Yo, let's stick together, bro. Yo, we know what. Just let's stick together. Mission Rescue Jamaica. We have a right team. We have a right leadership. Mission Rescue Jamaica. We have to rescue Jamaica. Alright? Under God, we have to rescue Jamaica. No little joke about it. What is happening right now cannot continue under God. It can't continue. No, we not accept that, brother.
So the real figure should have been what? Let me just add it.
Overall, we're doing 1,200 kilometers of Spark road.
1,200 kilometers. Okay. And you said no for the difference between parochial and main roads. You said 630 parochial and 63 main roads roughly with the total.
That's correct.
Alright, Minister, just to add to that question, could you tell us the average per constituency that 690 plus roads represent?
So
is it an equal allocation?
The Spark program is not predicated on per kilometer in terms. The Spark program. The Spark program is predicated on the roads suggested in the consultation, where each constituency got 10 roads.
Each 10.
Right.
So the answer is 10 per constituency, Minister.
There are 10 roads per constituency.
That's all I'm asking, Minister. Okay. I mean, another follow-up question. Based on...
I'm not telling lies still. Robert Morgan, Nesta Morgan, he was losing cool right or so. He was being flustered. You know? He was being flustered. You could have seen the cool demeanor was changing. Yeah, man. Very much changing indeed.
How I know the system operates, you will have instructed roads to commence. How many?
Hey, shout out to Freedom with the high five. High five, let's go. Talk to me.
Roads would you have instructed persons to commence, and what you think would have been a reasonable allocation to complete such?
So we are expecting, we have started 163 roads, which is what we have instructed to commence. And your second question?
No, it's an article saying it's instructed 401, so is that incorrect?
No, we're saying by a particular time we will. That's not what we have done.
Alright, for the committee, you have instructed them to commence 163. And what do you think would have been a reasonable allocation to complete this 163?
That's hard to define as it transcends financial year. So I would have to go and look for that information to give you.
Alright, Mr. Ask in the context, I realize that last financial year, it would have been budgeted that 20 billion would have been spent this year and 14 next year to complete. I notice now there's only 4.5 that is really allocated this year. So knowing that it's only 4.5 billion allocated for this financial year, what is the reasonable expectation with regards to the amount of roads we can complete in this year?
I didn't hear that one. Can you repeat that question from the place?
Minister, any repeat that question?
Yes, I want you to repeat that one. I never heard. Only two billion.
Minister, I'm saying that last time we had allocated, predicted to allocate 20 billion for this financial year and 14 next year to complete. Only 4.5 billion is allocated this year. So what is the reasonable expectation of the amount of roads that we can actually complete based on what we're starting in this financial year?
I did say at the beginning that we expect that the contract will be completed, and we have had discussions with the Ministry of Finance, where the Ministry of Finance has committed to provide additional resources to complete the project.
So you're still expecting to complete in the duration that was originally there?
We're expected to complete it within the contract, yes.
Okay, I asked that again because I noticed in the budget it is spread out to 2030 with allocations of 4.5 this year. I think next year the allocation is 8, then 12, then 8. So since it has now stretched out to 2030, is that we are still expecting to complete within the original duration, and why, if that's the case, we have it spread out to 2030?
So
It's your birthday, I look like you're married.
Yes, Minister.
So that probably is a projection. What we do know is that we have a binding contract that has a start date and an end date, and the government is obligated and committed to providing the resource. What I'm saying to you is that based on the budget trends,
yes.
And if you can look at the mobile perimeter road as one example, capital funds can be moved from place to place throughout the financial year. So as the SPARK program accelerates, the projections that are in the book may not go through. It may mean that the Ministry of Finance, which they have expressed a willingness to do, will transfer funds as they have done before, which is why we are now at 100% of our capital spending in this ministry. They will give us the funds to complete the program.
Oh, interesting. So in terms of roads, in that ministry, you guys have spent 100% of your capital budget? Only better. Because there couldn't be any excuses for otherwise because the way the road them bad. Jesus. The way the road them bad, Jamaica. No, sir.
Well, let me the last question on that. Since we have moved from the 20 to 4.5 for this fiscal year, what estimated fiscal impact do you think it will happen based on this reduction in capital investment in this financial year?
I must apologize, my colleague. I cannot comment on fiscal impact. That's a matter for the Ministry of Finance.
Yo, one thing, Nesta Morgan, hey, he sharp, Hey, listen me, him not answer no question, him not delve, not listen me, go ask the finance minister that. Now, People's National Party, we have to learn from this. Because if that question is directing you to the Ministry of Finance, you have to go make sure so next time when you ask the Ministry of Finance that the question. Because the Ministry of Finance, I think she was the first one at this committee to answer questions. So, yeah, make sure so we learn from that. Because if I read my around him again, we have to remember this moment. I saw me stay, If you are going to tell me say you can't answer that question, then I mean if you ask the Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance better have the answer to that question next time you see her. Not true. That reasonable, not true. I own colleague tell me say Rain. Alright, good.
Okay, Minister. Can you turn to 19,009 in the recurrent bridge rehabilitation and maintenance? That's a good.
Repeat that for me. What was your question?
Capital 19,000.
19,009, activity 10,625 on a bridge rehabilitation and maintenance. Just a couple of questions.
19,009.
Yeah, and the recurrent.
Oh, recurring?
Yes.
19,000 is capital.
Right.
No, the 19,000. No,
okay, you may go ahead.
Want to say Bobby Montague no fix one road in St. Mary? Western St. Mary? Really? You serious? I have nothing to say. Yeah? Jamaica on the most know, yeah?
Minister, the figure for the allocation for bridge rehabilitation notice is 240, and it's the allocation in that for 133 to complete the criminal bridge. So that would leave a remainder of
you know say man them a real papi show in the government. You know say Sleepy just come and work. Orange Chang just come and work. And the man them there knock him bitch. If you make me know say, yo, you're late in a bad man. Yo! Man, you know say late everybody.
So that would leave a remainder of 127. Is it reasonable to assume that 127 billion would be an average amount to rehabilitate one particular bridge?
No, so this fund, yes, you see here, part of it is for Craigmill, as you see.
Yes.
There is some for Spring Village, which is in St. Catherine.
Oh.
And there is some for maintenance of other bridges across the island.
Okay, I was asking because of the number of bridges across Jamaica that are in a deplorable condition, including some that have been affected in Hurricane Melissa.
There's a different program for that.
Yeah, I heard you mention earlier that there are only 3 that were damaged in the hurricane. So just for clarification, if you could list those, because I know in my constituency alone there are 2, and we have submitted those. But based on the damages assessed, what is the allocation now that you have in place to that particular program to repair those bridges, not only those damaged in Hurricane Melissa, but those that were long-standing from before?
Hey, Freedom. Remember, the membership is open here. Consider becoming a member of the platform, alright? And anybody else that sees the option down there with the money sign. Yo, man, listen. I don't know if Black Loki is still in the building, but shout out to Black Loki. Black Loki was turning up on the gifts earlier, man. It's crazy.
So the National Works Agency would have about 800 bridges that is in our custody.
Yes.
Annually, we assess about 10% of our bridges. We have a program called the Accelerated Bridge Program, which for this year is going to look at fixing approximately 47 bridges across the island, a large portion of which are in the disaster area. These bridges would have been assessed from before the hurricane. The damage to the 3 bridges during the hurricane were assessed as bridges that were damaged and require intervention.
Okay.
We would not have put out minor damage as damage that require intervention.
Okay. Now, did I ask about minor damage? Everything we speak of would be major. Like the ones you spoke about.
We have 3 bridges that were damaged in Nesta that received major damage.
Okay.
Intervention.
Alright, last question, Minister. 19,002. I will refer to 19,002 and.
So that's interesting. 2 of those bridges, Mr. Dwayne Voss says is in his constituency. I guess they'll have to do some follow-up to find out, you know, if he knew about those 2 bridges or it's on his list. But I'm sure the way how Dwayne Voss is working, nobody can, I don't think anybody can criticize him of not working in terms of this actual Wagwan Jamaica. Hey, what's up, mama? What's up? Easy fixing the building. What's up? But I don't think anybody can criticize Dwayne Voss for slacking off on his job in terms of we say anytime we wouldn't stop problem. Boy, me not lie, him stand up still, him not really, you know? Him stand up still. Nah, tell a lie. But him now that's some serious pressure. Me love how PMP them on one.
Sorry. So the C1, but they're heading in road construction and repairs. So for 19,002, I noticed that the approved estimates will have at 11 billion, the revised will have at 16, but now the estimates for 26-27 would be done by half, 50% from the revised to 8 billion, and in the capital budget at 19,000 C1 it would have gone down by about 20%. So I'm asking Whitley, the theoretical condition that we have had before Melissa and complicated by Melissa, how do you justify the figure being reduced by such a significant amount for road construction repairs?
Well, I did say already that the Ministry of Finance does make allocations throughout the year during supplementary estimate as the need arises. And
so why wouldn't it be the original? Since we already know the situation, why wouldn't we have budgeted it for it from now instead of waiting on the supplementary and stuff like that?
I note your comment and I will definitely ask the Ministry of Finance why they didn't do it immediately rather than before.
Yo, you hear that? Why is he throwing anti-favor under the bus? Mr. Nesta Morgan Nana heart. Play that back. Yo, Nesta Morgan Nana. Nesta Morgan a robot anti-favor under style. Listen the question, you know. I want to listen the question. Where say Mickey Mac? Where say the Macron? We don't depend on nobody. Yo.
So why wouldn't it be the original? Since we already know the situation, why wouldn't we have budgeted it for it from now instead of waiting on the supplementary and stuff like that?
I note your comment and I will definitely ask the Ministry of Finance why they didn't do it immediately rather than before.
Why you throwing anti-favor under the bus? Yo, no, give me a graph when I get wicked. But that's exactly what he did. And that's the I didn't hear when originally when Damien said this. I was recording it, you know, because I noticed that on the website it's very low. The volume is very low, but when I record it on my computer using OBS, the volume is much better. So that's what I did before I came on live. I was recording them while I was listening to many different platforms. Mr. Lonesome, Andre, and Takia Mine. I was doing all of that. And I was recording them at the same time. You see me? We need to build our own institutions. We can raise any amount of funds, money unlimited. Oh, listen, I'm all about self-reliance, you know. Listen, I've been saying this, right? I've been saying this. Hold on, I think it's hold on.
Alright, I'll give me this. I'll further business.
Alright, yeah, so you done this one. Intro anti-favor on that, but I've been saying this. We as a people in a community, I believe that if we were operating as we should, then a lot of the issues in our community, I understand that we pay taxes and everything, but I just think that some things we can come together and simple pebbles are you and build out ourselves and you know, to even benefit the community, right? I believe that the community can pull their resources together, have real tangible plans like how the government have plans, and outline those plans, get a cost analysis, all of that, and do community projects that will benefit the community and draw income to the community as an organization that every household has a stake in, because the contributions would come from every household, every family. You understand? We'll pool money together to get these things done. So our children and ourselves can benefit. You understand? Creating community centers. I know some people are gonna say it's at the government, but listen, man, I just think that we are so powerful and we don't really realize. And because we have the numbers, yes, we have paid tax already, but imagine you have a community that has 2,000 houses, for example. 2,000 houses are in this community. And from the 2,000 houses, each household gives $1,000 a month. Right? 2,000 houses, $1,000 a month. How much money that? How much money is that? 200,000? If I'm not mistaken, that's 200,000, right? Oh, let me try to fix the computer later. Let me do the math. Really, I get old enough. They are second guess about 200,000. I mean, know somebody else a second guess. Alright. 2,000 times 1,000. Oh, wow. I was wrong. That's why I was second guessing it. That's $2 million, ladies and gentlemen. $2 million. For the year, that would amount to 24 million. Now, when you have a community based account, fixed one, where you continuously contribute to every month under contract for every household, an agreement, a contract. Remember, it's the household, it's not individual, So if 3 people live in our house every month, we can get $1,000. 2,000 house there in the something there. So you have 2 million, and then that turned into 24 million for the year. After 1 year of accumulating, that 24 million, I am sure you can go to the bank and borrow against that money as equity to start a project that you already have plans for. Yes? And given the amount of money you can borrow depending on which financial institution you're at, to take time pay for it. Yes? I don't know how the access would be if it's 100% or 200% or double the money that you already have there or whatever. I don't know. But I doubt that you would be paying $2 million a month to pay back the loan. So while continue putting in the $2 million a month to pay back the loan that you would get from the bank, they would draw the money out of that and the 24 million stays. They would draw some of the money out of the 2 million. Follow me, you know? While that 2 million, say them draw out $500,000 a month to pay back the loan. Zane, pay back the loan in our 10-year period, 24 million. Let's do the math. Let's do the exact math. 24 million. You pay back the loan in our 5-year period. It's a 5-year period. Zine divide that by 5. So you will be paying back $4.8 million a year in 5 years. Divide that by 12 because of 12 months in the year. And plus some interest rate, of course. No, not true. Divide that by 12. You'd be paying $400,000. So say you're paying $500,000 a month. It's not that much with interest rate, but say you're paying $500,000 a month. You still have put $1.5 million in the bank over the 5-year period. Adding on to the 24 million. You understand what I'm saying? You guys understand where I'm coming from? Right? We have Marky G to drop the plans. Just met Marky G a guy. That's, yo, listen, man, when you have a good leader in your community and you have people in the community that are productive and you can they can guide you in these types of process. And if you partner with your leader in like your MP and so, and you partner with them and the people that come, I'm telling you, powerful. So that's just an idea that I have in terms of community building, right? And it can be refined, but the gist of it is we as a community, every household would agree to pooling in an affordable amount of money every month. God is my keeper, big up. Every month, a community of 2,000 households. How many community you know have 2,000 households in a Portmore? And all of these other places all around Jamaica. When you say it was love, Sassy, what are you talking about? So, even with paying taxes and all of that, we can do that. And let's be really honest, us as Jamaicans, we waste a lot of money. When we do have money, we waste a lot of money. We don't put it into things like we weren't taught economic discipline and structure as a people. It's a hard truth. We waste a lot of money. That's why when hard times come and we you know, we them call it drop with socks. Or you're tired? Okay, darling. Alright, you have a good night. Me, I'm gonna go on my bed soon, but I'm just this thing right here, you know what I mean? I hope that it resonates and people really pull this idea together in their own community, where we pool our funds together to do community projects, real community projects. Not necessarily the job of not necessarily job of what the government should do, because we already pay taxes for that. But say for instance, you know, a situation where we have an elder son in the community and they need assistance. You look out for that person through that fund to gain them the help that they need. And if you have relationships with business owners within that community, they themselves, right, would benefit in terms of, all right, this person needs this and this amount of material. You already know that when the funds are pooled up, we have $2 million every month. So you know that in 3 months we can take time pay you for these things. And you see one adding on your $1,000 to the month as a business person. Who is not gonna, what person from the community is not gonna help? That's real community building. Miss Brown on the road, our roof need to fix, humanitarian aid, we in the community self-reliance helping each other. Mr. the elder down there, so you need a, you know, whatever situation and it costs this, we say, all right, in a 3 months, 4 months, we can get it done. We do the maths and get it done. I'm telling you, man, listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all, we really have a lot of power and we don't exercise, but the real power comes with unity. That's the thing. We have to have unity. We have to have unity. But shout out to everybody, man. I got through 2 hours and it's now 1 o'clock. I'm gonna get my ass off of here. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming through on TikTok and also on YouTube. God bless you all. And see y'all tomorrow. Well, later, because it's now 1 a.m. Yeah, see y'all later. Alright, Easy Fix, big up yourself. Everybody big up on yourself. Ivan, Sassy D, all the ladies, all the brothers. Freedom, thank you for the gifts. Black Loki, appreciate you with the gifts as well. Alright, and big up my members them. Big up Jain, big up Sassy D, and big up Atio. Anyone of them. The word is love. Peace.